Alright guys, what is up? My name is Jesus Gallimore and today we'll be discussing how to creatively improve our double strokes. So for the past couple of weeks I've been working on this double stroke exercise with two purposes in mind. The first purpose is to be able to play an accent on each of the strokes creatively. So on, let's say, the first right and the second right, and then the first left on the second left. And then the second purpose was to see how I could incorporate different meters into it. For example, for the layout of this exercise, we're basically starting in 4-4, then we're doing 3-4, 2-4, and 1-4. So with those two purposes in mind, I was able to create this exercise, and it has paid its dividends each time I've used it. Aside from the technical and the physical side of things, being able to loosen up, my hands, my wrists, this also has done great dividends in the mental aspect, especially since I like to warm up very early in the morning. Being able to shift from each of these meters, even though simple, really grinds my gears and pretty much loosens me up, so then I could later on work on different kinds of phrasings and different meters or different lengths, different note lengths. So this exercise pretty much just loosens me up completely. So without further ado, the exercise is 8 bars long. Okay? For bars 1, 3, 5, and 7, we will be playing an accent, on the downbeat of each of the double strokes. For bars 2, 4, 6, and 8, we'll be playing the second note of the double strokes. We'll be accenting those notes. So to clarify it once again, for bars 1, 3, 5, and 7, we'll be playing an accent on the first note of the doubles. On bars 2, 4, 6, and 8, we'll be playing an accent on the second note. Okay? So, without further ado, let's get this started. The first two bars are in 4-4, second two bars in 3-4, the third two bars are in 2-4, and then the final two bars are in 1-4. So, let's get started, okay? Here's a demonstration. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, upbeats, down, up, down 3, again, now 2, down 1. Okay, and then for the 1-4, I repeated it a couple of times just to get a better flow of things. There isn't a set amount of times you could do each of them. For example, if you want to do the 4-4, I don't know, let's say 4 or 5 times until you move on to the next one, you could do that. If you just want to do one each, then you could do that as well. For the most part, that is how the exercise is. You go from 4 to 3 to 2 to 1, making sure that each of the accents or each placement serves its purpose or gets its time to shine. One variation that I like to do of this exercise is that once I get down to 1, I actually like going back up. So we start 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we go from 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me demonstrate that for you guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 3. Now 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And then another variation that we could introduce to this is, for example, instead of starting in 4, why not start in 1? So, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And with the previous example, to continue that trend, once we get down to 4, we could scale back down to 1. So let me demonstrate that for you guys. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Now 4. 3. 2. Now 1. Alright. And that would be the exercise that I wanted to demonstrate for you guys today. So to recap, this exercise is all about working on accent placement on the 2 strokes of the double strokes. It's also about playing these double strokes in different meters. Couple of tips. Most definitely use a metronome if you feel your time is shaky. Regardless if it feels shaky or you're very strong with a metronome, strive to use one. I like using it in about 100, I'd say like about 100 to 120, sometimes a little bit slower depending on how I feel when I start warming up. If I feel like I've loosened up properly before doing this exercise, then I try to push myself. If not, I actually like slowing it down and then just feeling my hands and my mind just loosen up, so and then I could have a proper time doing this exercise. The second thing is use different kind of practice pads. For example, for this exercise, or the times that I've used this exercise, I use my reflex practice pad. You could use the bounce, or you could use the non-bounce. Both of them have their advantages, specifically this side, which I like. This side will help you strengthen your double, strengthen your wrists. So try using this exercise on different surfaces. You could most definitely use other practice pads, for example, off-road percussion, the ProLogic pads. I haven't used those two, but I'm pretty sure they'll do the job as well. You could probably use the Real Feel pads as well if you're comfortable with that. But most definitely use different surfaces. And then finally, have fun with this. This is just a warm-up. This isn't an exercise to, blaze chops or like just to improve your chops. This is more about finding your comfort zone, being able to play accented notes and unaccented notes, and being able to go between one and the other, making sure your mechanics are sound, and all that good stuff. So, with that being said, thank you so much for viewing this video. Please like, subscribe, add comments to the channel. This will help the channel, the standing of this channel to be much better with the YouTube algorithm. Very soon I'll be taking out more videos, and thank you very much for being here. Enjoy this.